Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Good morning, team. Good morning, those ones that are joining us. Good morning, good morning. Wake up and collaborate with someone. Good morning, wake up and collaborate with someone. 21st July, the days are just galloping. And as you know, Zambia goes to the polls on 13th of August 2026. And it's getting hot, although it's cold, but it's getting hot out there. But we are ready because we've got the power of collaboration and we are building stronger communities together. So that's the topic for today. Those ones that have been following us, we've been on this platform for the last 5 years and still counting. By the end of this year, or by the end of, because we started in March, 8th of March to be specific. So it is going to be 6 years next March. And I feel greatly honored to be interacting with my communities on this platform. And as you know, those ones that follow me, I'm aspiring independent member of parliament for Chilanga South constituency. And this is why I am saying we are here as a community. And those ones who know, I am Dr. SunshineSylvia, or simply Sunshine. I am the mindset change transformation expert, productivity activist, and also a people's person, community activist. I've been doing this for the last 40 years. As you see, I started when I was 23 years old. So if you add up, that's who I am. And this year, 2026, we dubbed it as, I was just checking, the first sessions, and this year has been, was dubbed Unstoppable Momentum, year 2026, year of action. We had started with Unstoppable Momentum for 2025, and 2026 is the year of action. And indeed, probably this is how come I have found myself in this position of aspiring member of parliament, because I was tired of being frustrated. I was tired of just watching on the terraces. Even if you've got a voice, like being a member of the Chamber of Commerce, as an entrepreneur running SBM investments, you'll find that, certain things you just get to know that the law has changed. And you think that if the law was not good enough, you think, how did this pass? And so have gotten an interest over the last months that we were, that the country or parliament was passing laws. So I thought, how can I be part of the solution? And here I am. And I made that decision 10 days, just 10 days before the nominations started. And so I am unstoppable and I am in the year of action. And I just say, good morning, everyone. And let me begin with a simple question. Have you ever achieved something great completely on your own? I just want you to think about it. Have you ever achieved something great completely on your own? Let's have that in mind, because this is what the topic is all about, collaboration. And I just want to ask you, who taught you to read? Who encouraged you when you wanted to give up? Who gave you faith opportunity? Who stood by you when life became difficult? The answer is simple. Someone collaborated with you. No child grows alone. No business grows alone. No family grows alone. And no country grows alone. That's why you find countries have got treaties. They belong to the UN. They belong to SADC. They belong to all sorts of institutions because of collaboration. And this is why I am saying when you look at all these things, the answer is simple. Someone collaborated with you. And this is why I am very, very, when I think about all these things, I'm saying, oh my goodness. And this goes to the same as networking. Networking, because no one can grow by themselves. That's why we network. That's why we find, like right now, I'm networking with you because I have sent you the message, my team sent you these links so that we can collaborate with you. We can network with you. Even nature teaches us collaboration. One tree cannot provide shade. A forest shades the climate, changes the climate. A forest changes the climate, and you know the way we are saying there's climate change, there's all these things that are going through, and there's just things have just changed. So a forest changes the climate. One candle gives light. Thousands of candles illuminates an entire nation. And this is why my symbol, I was so happy to actually find that ECZ had the candle, which I've believed in the last 40 years. Each meeting we start with a candle. It can light our conversations, it can light where we're going, and it can just light the spirit. Where there's light, there's hope. Where there's darkness, you don't know what people are doing. So light, symbolizes a lot of things, and I was so happy to have found the candle with me. And I was so disturbed when they said the candle was not was going to be taken away. So I'm glad that it didn't win, and we actually came out. The light is still shining. So thousands of candles illuminates an entire nation. Today I want us to discover one powerful truth. Our greatest strength is not competition. Our greatest strength is collaboration. How do we collaborate? How do we collaborate? And why collaboration matters? Why does it matter? So many communities are waiting for one person to solve every problem. That is impossible. Development is everyone's responsibility. Government has a role. Business has a role. Churches have a role. Traditional leaders have a role. Young people, my favorite people, young people, the youth, they have a role. Women have a role. Citizens have even got a bigger role. When each person contributes what can, impossible things become possible. Impossible things become possible. That is why I always say, there is enough for everyone. I've had this strapline for over 30 years. There's enough for everyone. Collaboration changes poverty into opportunity. And for me, that is why I'm saying the only enemy out there is poverty. Because when you collaborate, poverty turns into opportunity. Conflict turns into dialogue. We should be able to dialogue, because the moment we are conflicting ourselves is not a good thing. Unemployment changes into entrepreneurship because we are recognizing the skills that people have. Dependence changes into productivity. And for me, that is my drive. Even as I go out there, I am saying, how can we be productive? Because when we are productive, dependence will change into productivity. Where every day you want someone to hand you something for you to live, I'm saying that dependence syndrome must come to an end and change into productivity, because productivity is what we do every single day. How are we doing something today that will empower us forever? And that is my drive. And the only thing that we need to do on that platform is just to change the way we think. Mindset change. And I'm glad that I've contributed to mindset change being a curriculum, being a skills award in mindset change. Because that is the only thing that we need, because Zambia has got everything it needs to be prosperous. And I just want you to ask some questions that you can type in the chat box. If everyone in your street contributed just 1 hour every month towards solving one community problem, what would change? If everyone in your street contributed just 1 hour every month towards solving one community problem, what would it change? What would it change? How would it change? What would it change? So these are the things that really change the way we do things and how we do things. the way we do things and how we do them. And for me, these are the things that make me thrive, and these are some of the things that really make me want to go on and on and on and on. So I have posted that question on the screen so that you can be able to answer it even when we are changed, or even when we are not on this platform. So allow 2 or 3 people to comment there. That would be great, and I'll be able to just thrive along with you. So, and as you are writing there in the chat box, I just want us to say collaboration in leadership. What is collaboration in leadership? How do we collaborate in leadership? Leadership is not about controlling people. And I've seen a lot of controlling people every single day, unless you are delivering something that you want people to take action on. But if you are controlling, and when you are too controlling, people become dumb. They cannot decide on themselves. So this is why it's not good for leaders, for leaders to control to an extent where people are just dependent on what you're saying. So leadership is not about controlling people. Leadership is about bringing people together. Great leaders build partnerships. What do? They listen. They respect different opinions. If you cannot respect different opinions from other people, you are not a good leader. They recognize talent. If we have got talent, we are on that platform where we are encouraging people to do what they do, or to do what they need to do. And over the last months, over the last few weeks that we've been doing this, I've recognized that there is a lot of talent in the communities. There is a lot of skill in the communities. Some have said they are going to sing me a song. Some are saying they will be able to do this. Some have got, there's just so much that we can be able to do. There's just so much that we are there anchoring ourselves with. Good leaders, they unite people around a common purpose. This brings me to an important issue in our democracy. When a leader stands on the platform and asks someone to do something that they would not normally do, you ask them, you want to influence them to do something that is going to disadvantage someone, that is not a good leader. And yesterday I was very, very encouraged when I saw many people saying this is not the case. And especially my colleagues who are standing as independents. I mean, people should be able to encourage, vote for an independent who has got the passion and who has got the knowledge and ability. That's the voice that needs to go there. Not that do not vote for an independent. Why should people not vote for an independent? When we are here, we're equal to the task. We are skilled. We know things. We are capable. And we know we just don't want to be frustrated. We've got the solution. We can engage. We can talk for the people. Why should they not vote for us? And that is not really something that is good. So I'm urging everyone who is listening to this to vote for people who are capable, who are influential, who are knowledgeable, who can say, who can call a spade, not a spade a big spoon, or who just wants to take instructions. That is not a good leader. Because if everyone in the country is influenced in a way that is going to disadvantage the people, then that's not good leadership. So we need to just concentrate on what it is that we want out of these leaders. Let's make the leaders accountable. If we only make the leaders accountable, it doesn't matter where they're coming from. It doesn't matter who they are, as long as they're accountable to the people. That's what democracy says. And some people ask, why should we support independent members of parliament? My answer is simple. An independent candidate has already demonstrated courage. To stand. They have chosen to stand without relying on a political party structure because they believe they have something valuable to contribute to their community. Whether citizens agree with them or not, that decision deserves respect. Democracy becomes stronger when people are free to choose from different ideas and different leaders. Independent members of parliament are not enemies of government. Neither are they enemies of political parties. They are enemies of poverty. They are enemies of the people suffering. They are enemies of hunger. They are enemies of things that are not working in the community, because they have pledged to be part of the solution. So their responsibility is to represent the people who elected them. A healthy democracy benefits from collaboration between government, opposition, and independent representatives, all working for national development. We may differ in approach, but we should never discourage citizens from participating in democracy simply because they have chosen a different path. And this is the pain that is out there. So instead of asking, why are you independent? Perhaps we should ask, what value can you bring to our community? That sits well of collaboration. Collaboration starts with us. Collaboration starts with us, just like networking. Every one of us has something to offer. Every one of us have got some, we have some knowledge, we have skills, we have influence. Some have resources, some have time, some simply have the ability to encourage others. None of these contribution is too small. Communities become stronger when every person participates. Let's participate. Let's not just wait. Let's participate. And this is going to be one of my pillars for success. I am going to be collaborating with people I know in my circles. Those are the people that can help me research when we have got things that we want to take into parliament or members' motion, and I ask my people, what is it that you want? I will need a research document to go and present. So I will need to collaborate with all the people that are knowledgeable about the things that I would want to be doing. I would be wanting to do a lot of things, but I make sure that whatever it is that I need to do will come to the people that are out there. That may not be in parliament, but they've got influence. And coming from industry, coming from entrepreneurship, coming from industry, I know the pains that industry has suffered. And I can research on them as a researcher. In fact, when we talk about research, like even my thesis, the effect or the impact of foreign currency fluctuations on the businesses that relate with that pay rentals in dollars. That was one of the biggest challenges that we had as entrepreneurs, trading in shopping malls. And the research has got recommendations. And this research has the recommendations that really, manage the things that we need, to take on board. The research, the recommendations, actually Zambia is an outlier out there where, quoting of goods and services is based, in US dollars. That is what has become such a big thing that normally, we would be quoting everything in kwacha. But it's such a big pain because people are not following what, the government has even issued, like Bank of Zambia. They say don't quote goods, Zambian goods in foreign currency. But in Zambia, a dollar is the best. When the exchange rate suffers, everything suffers. So even if the Bank of Zambia says, don't quote goods and services in US dollar. But at the end of the day, because our thinking, our wiring is in dollars, so it just doesn't, change, a lot of things. So we still remain paying big rentals, which are now just quarter denominated, but based on the US dollar, from the owners of the buildings. So that is one of the things that are there out there. If we collaborate properly, would be able to say, oh, what is happening in these other countries? What is happening in Zambia? What is the best practice in Zambia? And local government is in charge of all these things. But the collaboration between industry and the people that are making decisions, sometimes does not, they are parallel. They don't meet somewhere. So I would want to give you a challenge as I go towards closing. I leave you with three questions. Who can I work with? Who can I work with? And these are the questions that you can be able to ask yourselves. Who can I work with? What can I contribute? Whose life can become better because we decided to collaborate? When there's division, because there's so many divisions, and this is why an independent member of parliament is good, because they are not part of the division. They're just there to help probably bring people together. Hope replaces fear. Progress replaces stagnation. Communities become stronger. Our democracy becomes stronger. And our nation becomes stronger. And I want to call you to action. So let us stop asking who will do it. Who will do it? Instead, let us ask, how can we do it together? And this is the question that I'm asking the people of Chilanga South. How can we do this together? I cannot do this by myself. And everyone who is standing, at the end of the day, if one person will be the winner, we will need to collaborate, because everyone wants something good, for Chilanga South. So whoever is going to be victorious, we are going to be working together with whoever is not going to, to take the day. Because at the end of the day, collaboration in Chilanga South will carry our visions together. And together we are going to go, because we stay here. We stay here. So let us stop asking who will do it. Let us ask, how can we do it together? Because together we are stronger. Together we build productive communities. Together we create lasting impact. Together there is enough for everyone. There is enough for everyone. And this is why even when we are out there, I have heard a lot of challenges that are being faced in Chilanga South. And all the 6 wards have got different needs. And sometimes that needs to collaborate with the owners, like people in Kalundu, people in Chilongolo, people in New Farms. They are in the farm areas. These are farms. They are farms. People all hold big properties out there. So some problems, we just need to collaborate. We just need to collaborate out there so that we can make things happen. When we are collaborating, we are going to collaborate with the owners of the workers, the owners of the businesses, the owners of the properties, so that together we can come together and see how we can make things happen. And I know where I stay here in New Farms, we're always collaborating. Okay, let's get people to work on the road. Let's get people to do security. Let's have a neighborhood watch. Let's have, all that is collaboration. And if we manage to come together as a team or as a community, we are going to do great things. I have seen, the thing that is so close to my heart, the way children are being spoiled, because of excessive, abuse of substances. We have seen that intelligent people, like I was so humbled when I actually called out, I called out in the things that, as a life coach, I look at how to help, everyone. I've got programs that can help everyone, and especially those ones that want to change, those ones that want to do something different from the things that have been weighing them down. And I asked a simple question: among us, who is dependent on alcohol? And the alcohol thing now, even the name has changed. It's now junkies. Who is a junkie among ourselves? Who is a junkie among ourselves? And I was expecting, a male youth or a male to come up front and say, I want to stop, or I am one, how can you help me? A mother came forward. beautiful, well-groomed. And she came out and said, I am one of the junkies. In fact, she says, I am a junkie, mommy. Oh, I was like, wow. So I asked a question. And this is probably the question that us as parents or us as change agents, us as managing directors, us like just someone who can make a difference, especially people, my colleagues in change management, my colleagues in the service organizations. Probably this is a big thing that we can collaborate with, and just I've got the tools. I just need someone to come and say, I will do this with you. Let's collaborate. And that is going to make me so happy. Because this young lady said she has children. She has children and she wants to stop. But it doesn't take one day to change. So I want some of these community projects to just have in each area, in each of my 6 wards. I want to have these community places where we're just going to be putting those centers into community change, programs where we can mentor and help these people come out of their substance. It will take maybe 1 year to come out of it. Some maybe 1 month. Those ones that are strong, it will take. But I'll need to develop those centers and put the tools that need to be there. So I'm calling on people that are out there that maybe want to be part of this collaboration. And you can inbox me, you can DM, you can contact me, you can contact my office. We can do this. We can do this because those are low-hanging fruits, and our people have got skill. Our people have got knowledge. Our people out there are enough and they are capable. And when that woman promised, I gave her a very big hug that I haven't given someone, in a long time. And for me, that is my number one priority. For when someone comes out in the open, they are willing to change. When you mention one good thing that you're going to do today, when you mention that you are good at something, and when you mention that you want to change this, that is one of the greatest things that you can do to yourself to start the process of mindset change, of productivity, seeing the need that we have. And I am lobbying, and especially people that are in these areas who have got property. And these people, they go to work in those properties. I have discovered that most of my voters actually are workers of these people that are in our communities. And those workers, you can actually shade. One day I came back from the campaign. As I bathed, I was thinking, I am having my hot bath. How many people out there don't even have water in their communities? I was sad. But probably this is why I'm here, standing as an independent member of parliament, that I can be able to help to solve these problems from the grassroots, going into these big environments that we can really be there to change, be there to be productive, and be there to create wealth. Because wealth is everywhere, actually. Wealth in Zambia is everywhere. But we just need to structure how we can be able to get that wealth, and will be good, will be really good to move forward. And as I end, make sure wherever you are managing your 24 hours. You are managing your 24 hours. I become so sad when I'm talking about these things because it just comes inside my heart. So sunshine is coming, and this is why I'm sunshine. So even if I feel like this sometimes, and I know that the sunshine is out there and it's shining on everyone, and very quickly I go into Q1 and I come back in Q2 we call them this quadrant one, where noise sometimes take you there, and the noise that is in the community just took me there, and I felt that emotion where I was saying, oh my goodness, what is this that is happening to my community, and how can we be able to change it? So make sure that as you manage your 24 hours, you are having your imperative action steps, your important action steps, and make one of them to just collaborate with someone, network with someone for success, and bring success to your family first and to the rest of your communities. That is what it is that we need to do. So thank you so much for joining me today. This is Dr. SunshineSylvia, who is a productivity activist and also a mindset change transformation expert and a self-made people's person and community activist. Have a great day. Thank you so much.